From Prime Minister Narendra Modi visiting Kerala and Andhra Pradesh to inaugurate several infrastructure projects to the latest developments on the potential US India trade deal, here are the top headlines of the day. Good evening, I am Nivedita Varadarajan and this is the Hindu's News Wrap. Let's get started. Prime Minister Narendra Modi commissioned the Vizhinjam International Seaport today. The port is expected to reduce India's dependence on international ports for the transshipment of its cargo. Prime Minister Narendra Modi noted that 75% of India's transshipment operations were carried out at foreign ports, resulting in a significant loss of revenue for the country. He said, and I quote, "Coastal states and port cities will become key centers for the growth of a developed India," unquote. He also noted the port economy thrives when infrastructure and the ease of doing business are promoted together. Kerala's Chief Minister P. Vijayan said that the commissioning of the port is, quote, "a dream come true for Kerala," and added that it, and I quote again, "opens a link for India to global maritime trade and logistics map," unquote. He said that the Kerala government contributed over 5,000 crore rupees for this project, which has a total price tag of over 8,000 crore rupees. Prime Minister Modi also visited Andhra Pradesh today and inaugurated and laid foundation for projects worth over 58,000 crore rupees. This included relaunching the construction of Amaravati. He inaugurated and laid foundations for a total of 94 projects. This includes projects to construct the Assembly, Secretariat and High Court buildings along with the judicial quarters, along with housing for 5,200 families and other infrastructure projects. He also laid the foundation stone for central projects worth over 5,000 crore rupees and road and railway projects in the state. India has asked the International Monetary Fund to review loans disbursed to Pakistan, Reuters reported, quoting an Indian government source, as tensions between the neighbors escalated following the deadly terrorist attack in Pahalgam, in which 26 civilians, mostly tourists, were killed last week. India raised concerns with the IMF on its loans to Pakistan and asked for a review, Reuters reported. Pakistan secured a $7 billion bailout program from the IMF last year, and it was granted a $1.3 billion climate resilience loan in March. The program is critical for Pakistan's economy, and the country said it has stabilized under the bailout plan and that it has avoided a default threat. The IMF and the Indian Finance Ministry did not respond to Reuters' request for comments at the time of recording. However, an advisor to Pakistan's finance minister said that the program is well on track. US Vice President J.D. Vance has predicted that India could be among the first countries to strike a trade deal to avert reciprocal tariffs. In the interview, he said, and I quote, "We've got negotiations with Japan, with Korea, and we've got negotiations going on with some folks in Europe. And obviously, we've got good negotiations going on with India," unquote. He also noted that PM Modi is a tough negotiator and said that the US wanted to rebalance the relationship. India is among a host of nations negotiating with the US to avoid high import tariffs, which are announced by US President Donald Trump on the 2nd of April. Most of these tariffs are on pause right now. Both the US and India are negotiating to seal a bilateral trade agreement. The pact is expected to address a variety of issues, including tariffs and market access. India's foreign exchange reserves rose for an 8th consecutive week and stood at a 6-month high of $688.1.3 billion as of the 25th of April, according to the data released by the Reserve Bank of India. The reserves rose by $1.98 billion in the reported week, after increasing by a cumulative $47.5 billion in the previous 7 weeks. India's foreign exchange reserves are about $17 billion away from the record high of $704.89 billion in late September. Well, that's it for this evening's news wrap. Stay tuned with The Hindu and subscribe for more.